We apologize for being a few minutes late, but we think it's been worthwhile. We'd have to call our meeting to order, and I need a motion to adopt the agenda. Do I have that motion? So moved. Do we have a second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Work session items. Thanks.
Good evening. We thank all of you for being here tonight, and I want to thank Mr. Ryland and his staff for getting everything together for us and ready. It looks fantastic. We love the green, so we really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to ask Ms. Bennett to come and give you an update on some of the change orders that we've been working with Harper on the last couple of weeks, and the projects are going well. We're really pleased with the progress and thinks that everything looks great. You'll hear from our architects here in just a little bit, and so we thank you for being here tonight. Aubrey and Josh are with us, and so Kim, if you'll come on up and tell us what you've got for some change orders.
Okay. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Dr. Cox. We have some change orders that we've been working with Harper and McMillan Fast and Smith on. One that we do have that we're ready to submit is a change order that involves Burnsville. There's some foundation drains, some storm structure. Also, Blue Ridge, there's some change in the sprinkler zone and some exposed single wall duct to double wall duct. Cane River, there's relocating an existing gas line and installing a backflow preventer at the chiller. All these would be using the allowances at these locations that would not add any additional days to the scope of work. Also, there are some things that we are still talking through and working with Harper and our architects on. There's some mechanical valve isolations, cable credit, foundation drains, mechanical bypass, gym and dining sprinkler, and parking lot French drain at Burnsville. There's mechanical isolation valves, relocating the gas line, main bathroom door replacement, chiller backflow preventer, and epoxy wall system at Cane River. And at Blue Ridge, there's some sidewalk demolition, some cabling, some pre-K sinks, which is on the agenda for your approval, and sprinkler changes, the duct work, which are also on one that we're getting ready to submit, and the faucet sensors that we are changing from manual to automatic. Do you have any questions about any of these changes or things that may be coming in the future?
Seeing none and hearing none, do we have a motion?
I don't need you. This wasn't up here approval. There's another one though that will be the next one. Thank you. You want me to do that one too? Okay, sorry. So the one that you have in your packet is for the pre-K sinks. Those were not initially in the drawings, and they were an added requirement for pre-K for the inspections. To pass that, we needed those sinks. So that is in your packet for your approval. Do you have any questions about that?
Do we have a motion to approve change order number 011, Blue Ridge Elementary School?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
In your packet, you have the roof estimates that we've been given for Cane River and East Yancey. And Steve or Kim, you want to add anything else to those?
Unless the board has any questions.
Is it the same amount for both? I noticed when I went through it that it had just
It's $10 difference.
$10 difference
Yeah,
between the two.
there's $10 difference. WNC Roofing was $10 less than Johnson Roofing. We have had WNC Roofing do some work here at East Yancey and have been pleased with them. So it was a $10 difference.
Okay, and the schools, the amount's the same for the schools?
They were.
They
yeah.
were, okay, because I saw
it is the same section.
Okay, it's the same
at
as
each
that
school.
sections 8 and 9, right?
Yes, it's the same sections.
Yeah.
It's the section, the media center section.
Yes.
And that it's the same section for both schools. So it is the same price. It's just that WNC was $10 cheaper.
I did have a question on this. It looks like they're $10 cheaper, but I see in Johnson, I see a 20-year manufacturer warranty, and then I see it as an extra $3,600 to upgrade to a manufacturer warranty on WNC roofing.
There is, yeah, but I think there is on the page 4, the system includes a 20-year material warranty and a 2-year workmanship warranty on the WNC.
Okay, so that's
a different material.
Yeah, that part was included. These are just if you want these additional warranties.
okay. And then has Johnson, am I correct to say they've been up here working on these as well? I think when maybe the roof blew off or something, they were able to come up and...
We have had Johnson Roofing install several sections at both middle schools.
Okay.
And like I said, WNC has done a section here at East Yancey.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
Are these funds coming from
These funds are coming from the state Hurricane Helene funds
Yes,
that we
okay.
received. Yes, so those funds would cover this.
Okay.
Do we have a motion to approve the roof estimates as received for Cane River and East Yancey?
Are we awarding or approving?
I believe we're awarding it to WNC Roofing.
I'll make a motion we approve and award the contract to WNC Roofing.
Can I ask another question before we continue on this? What's WNC Roofing's response if we do have an issue? I know that Johnson has been Johnny on the spot on that. I don't know about WNC Roofing. Can somebody speak to that?
Steve, do you know, have we had to call them out for anything other than the estimate?
To my understanding, I believe that they have only done the one section here at East Yancey is the only section they've done for us. Like we've never had to come back to do any emergency work or any repair.
I just know when we did have that roof blow off, they were here that day, and I don't know what the response of WNC Roofing would be on that is what I'm questioning.
Do you want to table this for the time being and come back to it? Or do you want to carry on?
They were very responsive about getting out and giving us an estimate. So, I mean, I feel like we haven't had any issues to have to call them out. I think they offered to come and do some repair work maybe. We hated to put more money in and then take it back off and have to redo the whole, when we did redo the whole thing. So they have been responsive in those things.
Mr. Robinson, do you have a recommendation of either of the two?
I'll be with you there and see. I know Johnson's done all of those great work. I think he committed all of them.
$10 is $10.
Oh, I just want to make sure we're getting the service, $10 means a lot if you don't get the service.
Yeah, we need to look into that and make sure they're responsible. But
We have a motion on the floor, do we have a second?
second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
I do want to let you know of an exciting event. We are getting closer with our additions at Burnsville Elementary. We see now that the walls are up, the roof is going on, and so we're excited to think that the addition will be ready in August, and that is our hope and prayer between now and then. And at Blue Ridge, we really didn't have an opportunity to do this at Burnsville just because of the weather. But they have really been able to work on the building the last several weeks. And the topping off party, this is where we're celebrating and placing the final steel beam on the addition, on the structure. That would be on Thursday afternoon at 4:30. We'd love for you to come out. We're excited about it. We've invited the principals, the leadership team, the faculty and staff there at Blue Ridge, but anyone can join us, and so we thank Harper for this and our team at MPS, and it should be a fun afternoon, and so we hope that you can come out. My understanding is that we get to sign the beam, and that will be the next piece of steel then that goes up, the last one, so it's exciting to think about. So I hope that you will join us, and again, it's a celebration of where we were just a couple months ago in the mud and just surveying, and now looking at next steps in our process. So excited about that. So I hope you'll join us on Thursday.
Well, we got 2 minutes. We can take a short recess, or we can just begin. Let's just go ahead and start since we've been running late. Begin our regular meeting. We want to thank you for coming out. It means a lot to us, people who come out and participate in the process. It gives us feedback. It gives us an opportunity to share with you what's going on behind the scenes. It gives us an opportunity to help you be a part of things that you sometimes might not. But I'm going to ask Mr. Wiles if he'll lead us in our pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ms. Amos.
So we've got some good news. We want to share that good news. I know we've got some visitors here tonight that we want to welcome and recognize. We'll ask the board members and Dr. Cox to come up front. We'll get some good pictures. And Ms. Allen, if you'll come and help me for just a minute. So thank you all. So I do want to recognize our Battle of the Books team that is here. Loved watching you compete the other day. Their academic competitions are fantastic. Our coaches, we thank you for helping and for being here. Also, Ms. Allen, it's everything together. The director's helping. I just thought it was a great morning of celebration and showing how smart our kids are on the books that they're reading. So I want to thank you. So I just want to congratulate you all again. I think that you did an outstanding job. And Miss Allen's going to be calling your names out. So if you'll come up, we're going to shake some hands, and we're going to get a good picture of you. And so again, we appreciate everything that you have done in getting ready for Battle of the Books. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Luke Banks. Maxie Buchanan. Layton Church. Lucy Hill. Reese Kuhn. Madison Ledford. Lawson McIntosh. Genevieve Stroud. And Bailey Whitford. I would like to have the coaches to come down as well, Miss Carla Keener and Miss Lisa Burleson, who did a fantastic job with their students this year, and their principal, Miss Melanie Billings. All come on down, please. You need to be recognized for your hard work.
Yeah, I can switch to put it in front of y'all. Stand in front of us.
Thank you.
The next group we'd like to recognize are our national board teachers. So the next group we'd like to recognize, if any of them are here tonight, our national board teachers. We want to congratulate them. It's an outstanding honor, and we have Haley Daniels, Judy Davids, Casey Davis, or Amy Paul. Any of them here this evening? So we just want to say thank you to them and recognition to them, and also to Western North Carolina Strong Youth Service Corps. Dr. Cox, anything you want to say for that group?
Some information, they're not here, but I did want to share some information about them. So it is the Center for Environmental Farming Systems at North Carolina State University, and they've invited us to participate in their WNC Strong Youth Service Corps program, and this has been funded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and they're going to recruit 6 of their high school students to participate in an opportunity to learn about their local food system, and these were only counties that were hit by the hurricane. So this is a great opportunity, and thanks to generous contributions from the North Carolina Alliance for Health, those students will be paid for their work, so it'll be like a paid internship. And they're also going to take part in career readiness workshops and service days throughout the counties. And additionally, they're in the process of hiring 2 high school teachers to work as mentors and to work as the point of contacts for the district. So this is a great opportunity. We're very excited. Mr. Williams and myself met with the representatives from NC State, wonderful people, and they're just really excited, and we're really excited for this opportunity for students. Mr. Williams, would you like to add anything?
No, I think that's it. Hopefully we get one science teacher and one math teacher or 2 teachers out of those departments.
Yeah. We're good? Thank you. Thank you.
Next up on our agenda is our consent calendar. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented?
I'll make a motion to do.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries. Superintendent updates, Ms. Ernest.
All right, just wanted to give you a couple of updates if I can. I appreciate Carla and Andrea, Heather. It's an opportunity for teachers to become, or TAs to become teachers, TAs to teacher program. So we've signed an MOU agreement with UNC Charlotte, and we have some folks that are signed up with their classes, so we are excited about that for them, and really appreciate our local colleges, everything that they do for our future teachers. We do work closely with Mars Hill, Western, App State, Lees McRae, and Mayland Community College. So again, thank you, Carla, for getting that MOU together, and I think it's going to be a wonderful opportunity. So I guess right now with all the green, I'll say go Niners. That's unusual coming from an App State fan. But anyway, so we appreciate that agreement. Also to let you know, Techpalooza is going on right now, and Miss Allen is working extremely hard with our partners there with STEM West, and so we appreciate everything that they do for us, and they are working at Burnsville Elementary the next couple of days, and not only with Legos, but they have made a tremendous amount of donations to our school district. And so, Andrea, you want to quickly just tell them things that you saw today that they brought up and brought to us out of Hickory and Statesville, Charlotte, down that way.
Very excited to be here with us. It was a team of about 7 different educators that came, and they brought items for kindergarten and first grade that they'll receive tomorrow at Burnsville as they're going through the Techpalooza. They set up stations in the gym, and they're going to be using coding finches, the birds that they can code to move, and it's really exciting. If you get a chance to come by, I really appreciate you coming by and seeing it. It's great building blocks for our kids as they start thinking about their careers, what they want to do, their major. But they'll be working with finches, and they'll also be working with Legos and a lot of other STEM activities that will be going on tomorrow, K through 5. And then on Wednesday, they're coming here to Yancey to work with 6, 7, and 8 with finches and other activities. So we're very excited to have this opportunity to talk to them. And they brought books, they brought fidget toys, they have STEM workbooks, very, very nice STEM workbooks. Every third grade student will get that. And then they've also got lots of resources for us to use. They brought every child in summer camp a water bottle, they have flip-flops, sunglasses, they just really want to go through it all to support our students and our community. So if you get a chance to come by tomorrow, that would be great.
Good. We appreciate everyone at STEM West and again their partnership and helping us in all that they do. The mental health support update, I wanted to let you know with principals tomorrow at our meeting. We'll be sharing with them some opportunities that we have and partnering with some groups from across the state. And one of them that will be presenting to us tomorrow is Brian. Brian Russell is out of Asheville, and he represents the NC Resiliency Coalition. And so we appreciate him for coming and talking with us. In other words, 2 schools would have the opportunity to work with his group for 2 years and to have a coach assigned to each of those schools and to work with them. The other group we heard about the other day, that SREB, and counselors from across North Carolina have been trained to help with not only the resiliency piece, but the long-term recovery piece. And so we'll talk with principals about which of these groups that they would like to help represent to come, support our faculty, our staff, our students, our families. And we want to make sure that we're providing that wraparound support that may be needed at this time in mental health. We know we have some students that have been anxious or depressed or worried since the hurricane, and so we want to again continue to make sure that we're doing everything that we can, not only to support them academically but also socially and emotionally. And so we'll get more information about these groups tomorrow, and I'll let you know what that looks like in April. But I do thank our principals for all the work that you're doing, and Ms. Allen, hopefully you can bring us a finch that we can take a look at in April at our next meeting. We also want to let you know quickly about the pre-K kindergarten registration days. We do these every year. We continue to have great students in our school system, and also our ADM continues to be very well in Yancey County schools. I think that's because we do a lot for our students and our teachers. And so we want to make sure with our pre-Ks that we are getting that word out to register. We have 54 slots that are offered every year with our partners in North Carolina. And so we want to make sure that all those slots are filled. Kindergarten registration, I think they have to be 5 on or before August 31st. So we'll be sending home some flyers and phone calls and that kind of thing. If you know anyone that wants to join our school system, we'd love to have them. We'll be at the town center first, doing some fun activities and some things with the sheriff's department and the bus and just lots of different fun things they always do. We'll start there, and then the party will continue on to our elementary schools. And so they'll get to meet the teachers, tour the school a little bit, and they'll be at the elementary schools in the afternoon. So we're excited about the registration day, and please help us to spread the word. Also, Governor Stein's visit. We appreciate him coming to Yancey County to see what our needs are. We were really excited about that. And so he visited down at Michael Elementary, did an outstanding job talking with Principal Bennett, and we appreciate her answering his questions. We did a great job from there. We went on up to South Toe Fire Department, and so we appreciate again his office and everything that they're doing to help us listen to us as we continue to recover from the hurricane. Their funding, state funding, is really important to us. So we appreciate everybody advocating, and again, his group coming to visit with us. We will have some folks coming from his office probably in a week, I believe it is. Next Monday, I'll let you know for sure once all those time frames are announced. And some folks he's hired in education in the section, and so we're excited again about them coming to visit. I'll give you more details later on.
Next on our agenda is the meeting of the Board of Education Scholarship. And we discussed earlier in the previous meeting increasing that scholarship from $500 to $2,000. And I believe a lot of the basis for that is investing in our local people. And we need to take a vote on that now. Do we have a motion to approve the new Board of Education Scholarship?
Make a motion, we do.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Next on our agenda, you've got in your packets, school board resolution here to for the meeting dates and locations coming up. We just need a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Next up, Ms. Deaton, aviation.
Good afternoon. Just wanted to give you a very brief update on aviation. I've talked with multiple school districts in the state who offer aviation programs, so we have a really good idea of the types of programs that are out there and what we would like to pursue and how we could incorporate different programs at the high school into this pathway. So we'd like to pull in some drones, some auto mechanics for the engine servicing, and then of course the aviation. But our goal would be to start a program in the spring of 2026. So we'd have to get a teacher hired and get them the training that they would need. And one of the programs has a good curriculum that we could contract with for training for the teacher and help implement that curriculum, and they provide support for a year, whenever the teacher needs what they just call them. So we have a really good start. I like the things that we're doing and the things that our school systems are doing. Any questions?
I got a couple questions. I was in a meeting with some folks, I guess that's been 2 weeks ago, just talking about summer plans for aviation and also like a camp or maybe an expo. Do you have any?
Well, we had a fantastic aviation summer camp last summer. The students got to go to a flight school at the Asheville Airport, and they didn't know they were going to be taken up in the control tower, but they were. So that never happened. So that was amazing. And they also got to visit a history museum on aviation, but they got to do some really cool things around that. And then in the fall, it was right before Hurricane Helene hit. We did have an aviation expo at the Anderson Airport for all seventh graders, and it was fantastic. So I would love to be able to continue that next fall to see how everyone's proceeding through the recovery process. But I would love to go to the The kids loved it, and the pilots loved it. All the organizations involved were very enthusiastic. Any other questions?
Thank you. Next up, testing and accountability. Ms. Heather Collins.
Minister Partner, Ms. Amos, members of the board. I'm coming back to you to share our 24-25 testing and accountability summer plan. This was on last month's agenda for review, and it's this month's agenda to take action on. This is just a reminder. This is just for the second administration of our EOGs and EOCs. You'll know that science is not on here. This year, science was in the standard setting year. It's a new assessment, so it's not an option for a second administration, but all the other options are except the Extend 1. We don't do a second administration for Extend 1 testing. The last student day is May the 23rd. The last day for staff is June the 4th. And so our remediation would be May the 27th and May the 28th, 2 days, 3 hours each for a total of 6 hours remediation. And then the test dates would be May the 29th and May the 30th. So we have 2 days option, and that would also be if the student needed to take multiple tests. That could be done. Do you guys have any questions on that?
Do we have a motion to approve the testing and accountability 2025 summer program plan?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second? All those in favor?
Thank you.
Mr. Derek Murphy, Transportation.
Members of the board, Ms. Amos, Dr. Cox, this month we did add a new bus on the yellow bus on the back of the routes we got from the state. We did add Ed Young Road on this week. Have been talking to DOT, they're fixing to let the contract out on 22 miles of road down 19W. That's 18 connecting side roads with that. And I think it's 13 bridges. I said the wrong miles, that's 9 miles down that way. 22 miles up Pensacola and the Phillips Road and Little Creek and all the bridges. So we are sort of getting back to a little bit of a normal, if there is a normal right now, but then we're going to go right back into a lot of construction. And I don't have any dates on when we're going to start that.
Thank you. Next up, our maintenance department report, Mr. Ross.
Thank you, sir. Gentlemen of the board, Ms. Amos, Ms. Cox. For your consideration, Blue Ridge Elementary School, the KIM has been installed there, is operational now. For Burnsville Elementary School, we're researching 100-gallon, 199,000 BTU water heater for the kitchen. The scope of the work will include the installation of piping, venting, new gas regulators, testing, permits, and inspections. For South Toe Elementary School, we are looking at OCC motion sensors on the lights in the hallways to be installed by Whitson's Electric, and we do not have a start date at this time. For Cane River Middle School, estimates for the new dugout from Tri-County Construction have been obtained. Nextly, at Cane River, the field light pole that was leaning severely from the storm has been straightened and secured. Next, Ms. Fox has been working with a representative from French Broad Electric to have a new electrical panel installed at the baseball field, and at present the lights are operational. The scoreboard has been installed on the soccer field, and thanks to Harper for the use of the lift. And at the present, the scoreboard is operational. For East Yancey Middle School, Met with Garrett Rogers from ECS Southeast, and he looked at the slide in the back, and we're waiting to hear from him on that project. For Cane River and East Yancey, of course, the roofs. Mountain Heritage met also Garrett Rogers on the same date from ECS Southeast, and he looked at all three of the slides after school. On March the 12th, we received a recommendation for the amphitheater area. It included regrading the slope, placing and compacting the soil, and we have talked with a construction company, a local construction company, and looking at the slides, and he is working up an estimate for that. The slide behind the football field house, though, is going to be quite a bit more involved, and it's going to take some engineering and waiting for some details on that. On-demand water heaters are being installed in the gym lobby at Mountain Heritage. That work should begin this week. We requested an estimate from Whitson's Electric to install some 240 outlets in the ore building for the running of Mr. Dott's shop equipment. And working with Ms. Deaton, CTE Director, and Ryan Aldridge from Aldridge Electric about providing some outdoor lighting down at the ore building. Meeting with Steve Parks, WNC Engineering, tomorrow at 1 o'clock approximately, and he is offering to go over some of the plans on the parking area so that he can submit them to DPI. And I mentioned Ryan Aldridge. At this time, we're using Ryan to help us catch up on some of our electrical needs. That's all.
I got one question, Steve. I know historically the county always uses Cane River for their adult league softball.
Yes, sir.
Do they help us maintain anything down there, or is that the school's responsibility to keep all that up?
They are actually helping quite a bit.
Okay.
Forgot his name.
County's always making calls.
Okay.
We use always they
Okay.
and they have been huge in helping us get batting cages installed.
Okay. Yeah.
They've been down there but we haven't made anything.
Okay, that's good. I didn't know how we were doing that now, and I know there was talk at one point in time with the county that we were going to get new lights there. Have you heard anything else about that? That's been like a couple of years ago they were talking about it, so I didn't know. So, okay, thanks, Steve.
They maintain that just like the parks. I mean, they take good care of everything there.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve. Ms. Hyman, public input. Ms. Hyman, turn it over to you.
I just want to share two more things with you. One, a big thank you to Sonia Weeds and Kim Bennett. They had also worked on a grant for the technology and hurricane relief, so thank you too. And we'll be able to replace much of our equipment that was lost during the storm or damaged during the storm. So that amount coming from the state was $270,000. So congratulations to you all. That will be a big help in us getting back on track with our laptops and Prometheum boards and just various things, pieces of equipment that we need. So y'all did a really good job on that, so thank you. Also, we have with us Josh and Aubrey. They are here to talk about the CTE building expansion update. And so we appreciate you guys riding up all the way to Burnsville today, Charlotte and Nashville. And so welcome and let us know what it is that you've discovered so far.
First, good evening. Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for having us. So we've been, Albert, you want to
Okay. Yeah. We met with Superintendent Adams and Kim and Donnie on February 21st, and to express our interest in continuing with the project to see it through. We have a vested interest in working with the district, and despite the design-build contract being terminated, we still wanted to see the project through and participate in any way that we could. So what we talked about on the 21st was providing a proposal to the district to serve the capacity that we're essentially serving it now and all the other active work as an agent of the school district as your architect. The plans were complete in terms of the design and build project, but if the district is keen on putting it out as a design bid build project, we have to make a couple of tweaks to the front end specifications. That's not going to take long. Our proposal is actually complete. We've been waiting for the last 3 weeks on a quote from or proposal from the civil engineer that was engaged separately from us. They had a separate contract with Young and McQueen and Branch Group. They were not under us like the structural engineer and the mechanical, electrical, plumbing engineer was. So we've been waiting on them. The civil engineer that had been working on that portion of the project fell ill, and I think Aubrey, if I've got this right, was out for a week in this duration of 3 weeks. So we're pressing the civil engineer as much as we can to get their proposal in so that we can then submit our proposal to the district. The idea being that if this all can work out, and we're also engaging contractors that would be interested in bidding on the project, in addition to the pre-engineered metal building manufacturer that was already engaged through this process. They're keenly interested in this, would be to put the project out to bid with the goal of starting construction as early as the end of May. So,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you. Sure. How exciting is that? We've been waiting 2 years on this.
We've talked about it a lot.
Sure.
Just get the proposal to us when you can. We'll go from there. So.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up on our agenda is chairman updates. And everybody's right. We have talked about this for a long time. But if you've been around BPI much at all, you realize that there's a lot of hurdles to try to get across, to get a project on the ground, to make things start happening. The oil building I hear on a regular basis from the teachers at the high school, they want to know when it's going to start. I had one the other day tell me, if you start the barn project before you do the oil building, I'm going to be mad. That's not a bad thing. Everybody's wanting things to happen. Everybody's competing for the same thing. And our goal is to make certain that our students don't graduate without having every opportunity possible. We want to make those things happen as swiftly as possible, but as correctly as we can at the same time. The barn is going to be huge. We've watched our agriculture program just explode. We've watched the kids come in for the animal science that have never been part of that program. Next year, you got an arena that's going to be at the end. When you drive up 19 coming towards Mountain Heritage from the west, you're going to see an arena sitting there on the top of that hill right there. And what a sight that'll be, what a change that'll be since that school was first constructed. We move on, and Cynthia talks about the aviation program. Cynthia sells herself just a little bit short. We all the time push and prod at her and pick at her. She does a fantastic job. If you could have just saw the environment when we went over to Tennessee, went to the airport there in a facility where they teach this class. I mean, you can eat off tables before the building, just spotless, isn't it? The opportunity that our kids are going to have a successful living wage job and still be most likely in this area is phenomenal. It's just hard to comprehend a child that can take a one-year course at Mountain Heritage, go on and take another one-year course at this facility, and they're going to have employment. Every student that's graduated from the program has been gainfully employed. And that's more than we can say about most opportunities. Right above this, we have a section there that says Grant Writer Report. I don't think we give people credit where credit's due. Our grant writers have been our saving grace in this county and this system. And for that, we want to thank you, whether you're our normal grant writer at the board office, whether you're a principal in the school system, whether you're a teacher, whether you're an administrator, wherever you fit in, we thank you for that. Our athletic fields, Will brought up the lights. Since the park is washed away out there, I can't tell you how many calls I've got. Our season's abbreviated. We're having half the games we normally have. We want to have, well, we've lost half your fields. There's not a lot of options. You just don't have them. But one option we do have, we need to explore, is lighting our middle school fields to where instead of playing one game, maybe 2 games in the afternoon, they can have that 3rd game. They can play on Saturdays. Just giving as many opportunities as we can, where every kid that wants to participate will be able to and still stay in this area. The scoreboard here doesn't work at the moment. We're working towards getting that repaired. Thankfully, the one at Cane River now works, I understand, and the lights are working there. As a kid growing up here, it still had lights. It had 4 lights on it. They played men's fast-pitch softball. There's a lot different environments we're looking at now. But there's a lot going into making this happen for our young people in this county. Salary study. Everybody likes salary study, don't they? It reveals sometimes things that you wish you did. But the truth of the matter is we're doing our very best to put people in the positions that they can be successful where they do have a good living wage. Where they're gainfully employed here and they're glad to be unemployed in these county schools. They deserve that. And we're working towards that. Property evaluations and the property on the other end of the county. We'll have those evaluations that are May meeting, is that correct? Or April meeting? April meeting, we'll have that. Everything should be completed and we'll be able to move forward with that and share that with you. Every one of us carry what these men just about, don't they? And they run for different reasons. Mine runs more now than it ever has over people excited about what's going on in Yancey County. And you know what? A lot of those people are excited about what's going on in Yancey County don't live here. They live in Madison County, they live in Buncombe County, they live in Mitchell County. How's this happening in Yancey County and not happening in our county? Well, I can tell you how. Because of all the dedicated grant writers and people that get out there and do everything possible to make certain that our kids are successful. We've got administrators that work countless hours to ensure the success of their students. And for that we are appreciative of that. But at the same time, we're appreciative of Mr. Roder. I believe, maybe I heard your name too, but Mr. Roder being here to film this, to be able to put it out there to where we can get more people involved. We can have more people reaching out to their legislators and elected officials throughout the state, throughout this nation, on behalf of Yancey County Schools. It means a lot to our students and our families. The last thing I'm going to mention is near and dear to my heart. I grew up right here above this school. This school always had 2 entrances all my life. It is a death trap to come across that hill during a ball game. And I feel the same way about South Cole Elementary. They need a second drive up there. That's something we've discussed. We'd ask that you pray about that and help us to work towards making that happen, to provide more safety for that community. Most of all, I want to thank you for being here. Some of our meetings are bigger than others, but we appreciate every one of you that shows up. We appreciate you participating. And we pick on Kim over there, maybe as much as Cynthia, I don't know. But we appreciate her keeping us on our toes as far as budget goes. We're thankful for that. But thank you for coming out and thank you for being a part of the process. Our next informational items are Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. We have a special meeting, budget and land update. We have the central office at 5:30 p.m. Monday, April 14th, 2025, we'll be at Cane River Middle School. At 5:30 p.m., we'll have a work session. 6 p.m. we'll have a regular meeting. Pre-K kindergarten registration Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. 12:30 to 3 at the town center. 3:30 to 6 p.m. at the elementary schools. half day for students Thursday, April 17th, optional teacher work day Friday, April 18th, and spring break, the schools will be closed April 21st and 25th. Senior signing day Friday, May the 2nd, and our spring board retreat will be Friday, May the 2nd, 2025. Fundraising 2024-25. We need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries. We stand adjourned. Thank you.